And we'll be there for you when we start to move a little bit more. And once you're in a seat, sit up nice and tall. We won't be here too long. Maybe take a shrug of the shoulders, roll them back and down. Any movement in the neck, maybe roll the head side to side. Just release any tension that's been trapped in that space. For me, that's where I hold most of my tension, and even the jaw as well. So you can even open and close the mouth a few times. See if you can let that part of your body soften. You can close your eyes if that feels good and just take a full breath in. And you can even open up your mouth, letting out a sigh. And do that 2 more times on your own. So as you inhale, notice how your body expands. And on your exhale, maybe you can find a little more ease. Take one more like that, just for good measure. And as you are in this moment of stillness, maybe bring to mind something you'd like to focus on, an intention, so to speak. So, where you'd like to focus your energy on. Maybe that's finding a little bit of pause, creating a little bit of space. Maybe it's inviting in more ease, or breath, or patience. Maybe all of the above. And then again, take a full inhale. Open up your mouth, slow exhale. You can, of course, stay here as long as you'd like if this is exactly what your nervous system, your body is craving. And if you'd like to find a little more movement, start to blink the eyes open and reach your hands forward and up overhead. So the arms are nice and long. And then interlace your fingers above your head, flip your palms up, look up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, just bring your hands behind you and tent your palms. So the tips of your fingers press down, and then start to roll your shoulders back. Think about lifting your sternum and then lift your chin, look up again, a little bit more of a back bend. And then exhale, chin towards your chest. You'll sit up nice and tall, arms out like a T. Wrap the right arm on top of the left, like you're giving yourself a hug. And then take your inhale to lift the elbows, lift the face. And then exhale, think about rounding forward like you were in cat pose, but you use your fingertips to almost grip your shoulder blades and pull them apart to create space right behind the heart. And then inhale to sit up tall, open the arms wide, maybe take the palms further back, and then wrap the left arm on top. Wiggle your fingertips towards your spine and inhale to lift up. Exhale to round forward. And use this, maybe like sometimes I like to take a little wiggle side to side to really create space in the upper back. And then you'll sit up nice and tall. Inhale to open up wide one last time. And then exhale, bring your hands together. Bring them towards your heart center. Close your eyes just for a moment. Revisit that word or intention, what you'd like to cultivate more of. And breathe in. Long exhale out. So nice. And then if you'd like to move a little more, you can open the eyes. Meet me in tabletop pose. And start by taking a few rounds of cat-cow here. So moving with your breath, of course, inhales to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, and lift the chin. And then exhales to round the upper back towards the sky. So a similar sort of movement in the spine as we were in a seat. And then tuck your toes under for a moment, a little bit of strength work. Press down into your hands firmly to float the knees just a few inches off the ground. So you bring a little bit more work into the center. Breathe here just for 3. See if you can breathe in and out through your nose. 2, 1. Keep your knees bent first. Start to extend your hips back. We'll call it like a turbo down dog. So your knees stay bent. And you can really feel your hands pressing the ground away and your hips drawing back further behind you. Take your feet a little bit wider. You can keep your knees bent, of course, and just walk your hands back towards your feet. Land in a ragdoll. So as you just fold over the legs, you can walk the hands over to one side and then the other. Bring your hands back through center. Start to walk your hands up your legs to a halfway lift. And then take your arms out like a T. So see if you can make the back nice and flat. That might mean you bend the knees a little bit more. And then start to interlace your hands behind your head, keeping the elbows out wide. Try not to let them round in. Take one more inhale right here. Press the back of your head up into your palms. And then you'll slowly come up to standing. Keep your hands where they are. Start to send your elbows back behind you. Lift your sternum, lift your face. But then as you press your feet down, can your glutes engage to protect the low back? One more inhale right here. And then exhale, just come right up to neutral. Arms down along your sides, shrug your shoulders as you inhale. And then allow them to fall on your exhale. So nice. Bring your hands to your hips. Start to bring your right knee up about hip height. Create that 90-degree angle here and flex through the ankle. Take a breath in, reach both hands up to the sky, play with balance here. And then exhale, take a twist, left hand outside your right knee and move slowly, of course. So nice. And then reach your right arm up towards the sky, face the front. And then I want you to just then cross your right ankle in front of the left. Keep your right hand up to the sky. So nice. Now you'll start to take your left hand to grab onto your right wrist, lean over to the left. So you can get this like little play with balance, but also this long lengthening of the right side. So nice. Now come back up. Hug the right knee into your chest. And then set the right foot down. Reach the arms up overhead, big breath in. And then sit back into chair pose. We're going to move with breath here. Inhale to lift the chest a little higher. And then as you exhale, tip it forward, sweep the arms back like wings. If you want to play with balance here, pick your heels up. Do that 2 more times. Sit back into chair, reach the arms high. And then exhale, tip forward, sweep the arms back. One more, nice and slow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sweep. Stand all the way up, reach the hands high. And then bring the hands to your hips. Now you get to shift the weight into the right foot, pick the left knee up. Just hip height. Flex the ankle. Reach the hands high. One more breath in. And then you'll twist to the left, right hand outside the knee. You can reach the left hand behind you. Embrace all the wobbles. So nice. And then just face forward, reach the left hand back up to the sky. Cross the left ankle in front of the right. And your left arm, reach it higher. Your right hand will grab the wrist and then tip over to the right. Imagine you're getting even longer here. One more breath in and out. Come back up to center. Hug that left knee back into your chest and set the foot down. Reach the arms high, big breath in, look up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. You can soften the knees. Take a halfway lift, hands to your shins. And then walk the hands back forward, downward facing dog. And here you can pedal out the feet. So you can find that stretch in the back of the legs. So nice. Rise up to your toes. Drop your knees down. One round of cat-cow. Inhale to find cow. Exhale to find cats. Come back to neutral. Reach the right arm up overhead. So you'll just open up to the right and then thread the needle. So your right arm will come through. Now you can grab that block and place it, if you'd like, on the lowest setting underneath your right ear. You can just like move it to where you feel like your head wants to land. And it's just a little bit different of a way to come into the shape. So tent this left palm here right in front of you and use it to press down. And think about the back of your heart here, leaning away from your right fingertips. Yeah, so you can, again, create just a little bit more space in between the shoulder blades. And we're all, of course, built differently. So if you need to move in a different way to find sensation, take what you need. And then you'll slowly come back to center. Keep that block where it is. Place your hands down. Reach the left arm up, big breath in, and then thread the needle. And then take that right hand, tent it, press into the pads of the fingers, and then lean away. So it's a lot less about just like laying on the ground here. It's more about using this as a way to stretch the spaces in the upper back that might be holding tension. And you're leaning away from that left hand. When you're ready, come back to tabletop pose. One more round of cat-cow here. Inhale to find cow. Exhale to round, find cats. Pull forward, find either a plank pose on your knees, or you can, of course, tuck your toes and lift your knees up, but you'll lower all the way down to your belly once you're there. Let your toes point back. Tops of your feet press into the ground, and then take your hands a little wider. Find a wide cobra here. So inhale to lift up like you did. Squeeze the glutes a little bit more, and then exhale, release. And a little bit more movement here. Inhale to rise up through center. And then as you exhale, dip your left shoulder forward, look over to the right. Inhale back through center. Right shoulder forward, look to the left. Back up through center. And then release. Forehead to the ground, and maybe even place one hand on top of the other to create a pillow for your forehead. Bend your knees, maybe start to windshield wiper the feet side to side just for a moment. And then release your legs down. Okay, one more stretch in the upper back here, or rather in the upper body in your chest. Take your arms out like a T. Let your palms face down to start, and then start to slide your right hand under your right shoulder. And you'll keep your left palm on the ground and just think about rolling onto your left side. So you can keep both legs long here, of course. Or if you want a little bit more of a twist here, you can start to bend your right knee and maybe like tap your right big toe onto the ground behind you, but not at the expense of any discomfort in your low back, right? So if you feel like that's too much, just come back to long legs, one hip stacked on top of the other. So then it's more focused on the stretch in your shoulder. If you feel like it would be better if you had a block under your head, like we did before, take that. Slide it under your head like a pillow. Take what you need as you press into that right hand. So nice. And then you'll slowly come back to center. Come back to neutral, arms out like a T. Now it's the right hand that stays, left hand under your shoulder, roll onto your right side. Either stacking the hips or taking a little bit of a twist. Can sometimes feel nice to even create a little bit of a stretch in the quad. And let the weight of your head be heavy, whether it's on that block or on the ground. Take one more big breath in. And you'll slowly come back to center. Pause in neutral. And then press up to hands and knees. Maybe lateral movement, just to rinse that out side to side. And then you'll come to a seat. Swing your legs around in front of you. Take a moment sitting upright and take a little bit of breath work here, some pranayama. Just take a moment to pause, take a full breath in and a full exhale out. And then taking Nadi Shodhana, so alternate nostril breathing, we'll just take your thumb and your pointer, your pinky finger rather, and just create like almost like a hang 10 sort of movement. We'll just use these two fingers to start for today. And you'll sit up nice and tall. And take your pinky finger to plug your left nostril here. And take your next inhale through your right. Plug your right nostril with your thumb and release through the left. Inhale through left. Switch. Exhale through right. Inhale right. Switch. Exhale left. Maybe even soften the eyes or close them. Inhale left. Switch. Exhale right. Inhale right. Switch. Exhale left. Inhale left. Switch and exhale. Take 3 more full rounds on your own. completed that final round, let the right hand return to your lap or to your knee. And close the eyes. Just take a moment to observe and breathe in. Open your mouth, slow exhale out. And of course, if staying in a seat is where you'd like to end your practice, by all means, you can stay. If you'd like to find your full rest on the ground, you can just gently lie back. If you want to place that pillow under your head or your knees, you can. It won't be the longest Shavasana we've ever taken, but just enough time to pause. To just allow the physical practice just to land in the spaces that may have been holding a lot of tension, whether that's your physical body, maybe the spaces in your mind. If your mind wanders, bring it back to that intention, that word that you'd like to cultivate just a little bit more of. And allow your next breath to just fill you up, to expand. And allow your exhale to be full of ease. Create a little movement in your fingers, your toes, your ankles, your wrists. And bend your knees, roll to the side of your choice. And press yourself up to a seat. Once you're there, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Honor yourself for creating time in your day to create space in your body, space in your mind. Maybe you even choose to keep that intention that you set for the remainder of your day. Come back to it often, or as often as you need to. And then lift your thumb tips to your forehead center, lift your face. And here's your reminder again to be kind to yourself so you can then share that kindness with others. Namaste.